Oak Tree Dental, Kids and Adults Family Dentistry. We accept most dental insurances. We also perform most dental procedures, including Invisalign, adult braces, children's treatment with nitrous oxide, root canals and crowns, and implants. We have private treatment rooms, latest technology, and state-of-the-art facilities available. We offer same-day emergency appointments. Saturday and evening appointments are available for your convenience. Located in 2 convenient locations, Ashburn and McLean. Visit us, Oak Tree Dental, Kids and Adults Family Dentistry.
So now we have Delegate John Bell here. So I would like to call him up on the stage and a quick introduction. I know you don't need an introduction there. John Bell is a Democratic member of the Virginia House of Delegates representing District 87. Bell was elected to the chamber in 2015 and was re-elected to a new term in 2017. So I would, if you'd like to say a few words for us.
Thank you. Good evening. Come on, you can do better than that. Thank you for having me here today, and thank you for doing business in Virginia, because that's what makes Virginia great, and that's what makes this a great place to live, the diversity we have. It's an honor to serve you. Just finished the legislative session yesterday and came back, and I have good news for you. We passed a law to conform our tax code in Virginia to the federal tax code. And that's good news, and it's one of the things that makes Virginia a great place to do business, because you only have one set of tax rules here. Same for federal, same for state. And we did a couple things that are really good for our area. We raised the standard deduction from $6,000 to $9,000. We raised the single, that's for a couple, for single from $3,000 to $4,500. And then in October of this year, every person in Virginia is going to get a tax rebate. So each individual is going to get $110, every couple $220. Yeah, so I think that's good stuff. We also put a huge amount of money into education. We're having trouble getting teachers today and retaining teachers. So we gave all of our teachers a 5% pay raise. It's the biggest pay raise they've had in years. So that's good news. And one of the other problems, we have a host of great schools, colleges, universities in Virginia, but the cost of college tuition is going up too high. And we want to not only stop that from going up, but actually start to get it down. So we actually invested $170 million in financial aid and also in projects that will lower the cost of tuition. And we made an agreement with all of our colleges and universities. They either have to keep tuition the same for the next 5 years or lower it. They can't raise it. So if they wanted that money, they had to sign up for that deal. And of course, they all wanted the money. So we made them do that, because it's critically important that we make it where people aren't in debt or families aren't mortgaging their home to send their child to college. So it's critically important. So I think that's a very big thing that we did. But it was really a good budget year, and I think it's going to reap good things for us for the future. Virginia is an exciting place right now, and I'll tell you a couple things in the IT community that are really big. Part of our budget, and I'm going to encourage all of you to get on my Facebook page, because we'll be posting announcements on there as we go forward. We're investing, starting out $25 million a year, going up to $50 million a year for the next 5 years in broadband in all areas of Virginia. Okay. Because many parts of Virginia have third world broadband. And if they want to increase the business in those areas, you need first world broadband there. You need to have that. And there's actually been studies, I've done studies on this myself. If you want to increase the economy, you get first world broadband. And as the broadband speed goes up, the economy develops. There's a direct correlation. So I think that's a great business opportunity for people in the IT industry, is we're going to need everyone to do this. And frankly, I want to make sure we do true broadband, because some of the standards they've talked about are already speeds that no one in this area would be happy with. So we need to do something that is going to be good enough to attract the business and get them to want to do business there. The other great thing is the Amazon deal. I'll just talk about that real quick. As that deal, we talk about 25,000 jobs that it creates. Our deal actually it scales up to 38,000 jobs. And the agreement we have is those jobs have to be jobs that pay taxes in Virginia before they get any incentives. And almost all the incentives are transportation and IT investments. They're things we probably would have wanted anyway. So it's really good news for us. But many people who do business with Amazon are going to come here. So we think instead of 25,000 jobs, it's more like 125,000 jobs. And the Amazon deal wasn't just for 25,000, it had scales in it. And it goes all the way up to 38,000. So since New York has decided they don't want Amazon, we've told them we'd love to have all 50,000 here. I kid you not, I was on the phone with Amazon, I had 2 senior vice presidents and a president call me up the day that they announced that they weren't going to go to New York, and they said, do you want us here? And I said, oh yes, we want you big time. And we'd already passed the deals, we want them here because we have the professionals like you. We have the talent. And one of the things that it's so important we do here is we have Virginia Tech, UVA, George Mason, William and Mary. We have some wonderful schools. But many of our tech graduates are leaving Virginia because they don't realize they have a career here. They feel like they have to go to Austin, Texas, or Silicon Valley. We have more tech jobs than just about any place in the country. So the Amazon deal coming here, and then Micron Technology investing $3 billion in the Manassas plant, adding 1,100 jobs, those are things that will really help us. Help us keep your children, my children, to stay in Virginia. So that's important, that we know that when they're going to school, that they come here. Last thing I'll say real quick is last year we passed something called CyberX, and it's to create many more people with tech degrees in this area, because we need more tech degrees, STEM degrees. Right now, we have 30,000 cybersecurity jobs in Northern Virginia that are unfilled. We need to fill those jobs. Why aren't we filling them? We need more engineers. We need more people with tech degrees and certificates. And we need to help people in areas that have degrees where they can't get a job to get repurposed to that other pathway. So we put quite a bit of money to do that. So I will tell you, for tech companies, there's actually incentives for you to hire people who come from these programs. There's incentives for you to train people, to help them get certificates, network certifications, etc. Because we need these jobs filled. I'm worried if we don't fill them, these businesses are going to leave. So we need to make this a priority for all of us, because it's really what continues to lift the water and the boat for everyone. So I thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. I don't know how short a time, but if there were any questions anybody had about this year's legislative session, I'm happy to answer them. If they're too hard, Suhas will answer them for me. Has anybody got any questions? Because I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has.
Yeah. Good questions. The question is basically the 30,000 jobs, they can fill it. So how can they do it? And what is the incentives they are going to get from the state, how they can do it?
Okay, that sounded hard. Suhas. No. Okay, so how can you get the incentives? Okay, there are a number of incentives you can get. If you go to virginiajobs.gov, it will tell you all the different IT contracts and jobs you can bid on. And there's also, if you go to another site called Go Virginia. Has anybody been on the Go Virginia website? Go Virginia, it's really good. There's a ton of incentives for IT companies and other areas where we're trying to grow business, and it shows the incentives. Loudoun County also has incentives. As a matter of fact, Sri was with me so was Suhas. There was a little bakery over in Sterling called the Little Austria Bakery. I would highly recommend it if you like strudel. And they had the three of us making strudel that day. Our strudel didn't look so good. Hopefully it tasted good. But this is a business where they actually got a grant from Virginia for $15,000. They got a matching grant from Loudoun County for $15,000. And then they invested their own money and was able to create this wonderful bakery. But those are out there for IT companies. If you do, there's tax incentives if you have servers and other capital investments in your business. And I can dedicate or show you how to do that, but Go Virginia is where you get that, or Virginia Jobs. Either way.
And John is the finance guy. He can tell all the numbers, how we can get the benefits for the company. So.
I love me some numbers. So, but yeah, I'm happy to help you. So, and I'll leave some cards here tonight. So if you have if I can make a connection for you with our economic development or with the people who run these programs, I'm happy to do that for you. Just please let me know. Other questions? That's a great question.
John, I want to congratulate you on being a close friend to the community. And I know John is running for the Virginia Senate. It's soon, right? John, when is your primary? Is there any primary, or you're just a candidate from the Democratic Party?
At the moment, I think I have a primary, but I don't know. Every day it changes. But there is at the moment. So and that'll be. Do we know the date of the primary? June 11th. Okay, so it'll be June 11th, so I encourage everyone to come out and vote. If you live in the 13th Senate District, we actually have petitions here. If you could sign that, I would thank you very much for doing that. And in case you don't know, I've actually endorsed Suhas. And Suhas is running for my seat in the 87th District. Stand up. One of my decisions to decide to run for Senate, and I'm happy in the House, but one of my decisions was, can we make sure we keep this seat in the hands of a good person? And once I knew Suhas was running, I didn't have to worry about that anymore. Suhas is talented, he's articulate, he's a volunteer fireman. He goes into burning houses for us. That's someone we need in the General Assembly. So I've endorsed Suhas, I'm going to campaign for him hard all year. He's going to be in my seat, and I look forward to hopefully being blessed to serve in Richmond with him. So, so please support Suhas as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Sri is here. He's running for office as well, and I endorse Sri. And tell about what your office is and what it does.
I'm running for Commissioner of Revenue in Loudoun County, and that's the office that decides how to assess the taxes that are paid. And these are the taxes that fund our schools, and everything else that happens in Loudoun County is done that way. And I'm fighting an incumbent who's been in office for 16 years, and we'll be happy to give you a lot of details another time.
He said if we vote for him, we don't have to pay any more taxes. I'm pretty sure I heard him say that. Nope. Okay, so at any rate, it's going to be an exciting year. I will tell you, unfortunately, and this is considered an off-year election. And in Virginia, we have elections every single year. Most people vote in the presidential election year, and about 80%. And then we get 2 years later, in the governor's race year, it goes down to, last year we had, in 2017, we had 47% of the people vote. Less than half. That was the most voters we had in over 30 years. And then in the off years, which is going to be this year, state senate and delegate, and the local supervisors, it's usually between 20 and 30%. So how important is that? These are your schools. These are your roads, your fire departments, your police departments, your taxes. Everything to do with your local government, it's this year. So it's critical we get out. I've been in the General Assembly for 4 years now, and I've served on the Militia Police Public Safety. This is the committee that looks at gun laws. We have a crisis with gun violence in America. It's a problem. We haven't passed a single gun bill that would prevent gun violence in the 4 years I've been here. Every single one of them, and I'll be honest, I don't come here to be political, but the Republican majority has killed everyone. If we want to change that, we have to flip the Virginia Senate and the House of Delegates. So these are the things we're voting on. It's our children in schools and making sure they have a good quality education and they're not threatened by gun violence every day when they go to school, when you go to worship, when you go to see a movie. Because right now it's a problem and we don't have safety there. So I ask you to please talk to your neighbor, talk to your family and friends, go vote. It takes just a couple minutes, and it's critically important. Chances are, the lower you get in the level of government to school board or supervisor, the more impact it has on your life. Because these are things that affect you every single day. So please help us to get more people to go out and vote. It's critical to make our community a better place for all of us to live. I don't want to take too much time. Does anybody else have any more questions? Yeah, please.
I just want to thank you, John. I'm the president for the current year for the ITServe DMV chapter. So we want to closely work with you on the state and federal level and get all the small business benefit out of it. So we want to learn more, so you can assign someone to your office. So ITServe can closely work with you guys and see what are the incentives that benefits the members here.
Absolutely, I would love to, and I will offer this right now.
Sure.
Let's do a small business seminar. I'll bring everyone from Richmond down here, and let's do a full day event on this.
Thank you.